Peter, where do we go from here?
Well, we just need to work harder. When you look at the match as a whole, you know, stats, I know you don't look into an awful lot of it, but we're 58% possession. That's a lot against the opposition. First half, fairly even, but I thought we were on the front foot more than Livingston. I think Rory's had a couple of chances. And then we come in at half time, and within 3 minutes of the second half, we lose a goal. And it's, you know, we're killing ourselves with the goals that we're losing just now. The first half, you know, Alex has tried to put it back to the goalkeeper, soft, they intercept it, we're 1-0 behind. And right away that's going to get the crowd on edge, because they are edgy at this particular time because we haven't won yet. And I understand that. Second goal, a free kick, goes through our wall, it deflects off Muir's head, soft goal to lose. And you know, for me, there's still 30 minutes to go, and we create the best chances of the match. Nathan should score. Conrad Ballatoni's inside the middle, the 6-yard box with a header. He hits it straight. He headers it straight at Alexander. He should score. Craig Sibbald across for the right hand side, free header, middle of the 6-yard box, puts it wide. And you know, we can be critical of the defending side, but if we're not scoring goals, Rory's had a couple of chances first half. We've got to score goals as well. So soft goals, chasing a game, getting the whole place edgy as you probably heard, and understandably so. But if you give goals like that away and you're having to fight and chase games, you know, it's not a winning recipe. We need to grind out a result. We need to, when we got in behind them loads of times after we went behind, we should have been doing that more often in the first half as well. You
went with Loy and O'Hara up front today. Can you talk us through that one?
Well, Kevin's been doing well. He's been playing well in the 20s as well. He's been due a chance, and I think Kevin worked very, very hard for the team today. It's not happening for Rory. I think he'll be the first to tell you that as well, and we need to look at that. I thought Lee and Fash became a handful for them when they come on early second half, but they still had chances to score and we never scored. So there's problems with regards to no scoring at one end and conceding too many at the other end. So that's where we are. And listen, it's not good enough. 7 games in, we should be a team that's on the front foot winning games, but we aren't. So we have to keep working at it and see where it takes us.
And what will it take for us to turn it around?
You see, today, if it continued to be 0-0, it could be 85 minutes 0-0, like it was last week. It's just a break of the ball, a deflection like their second goal, a break from somebody, one of their players passing it back that we intercept and score. But it's not going for us just now, and I think that the longer the game goes, the players are getting very edgy, and confidence is obviously taking a hit, and you need players who are erratic and confident and brave enough to go in there and score the goals. But you know, the chances that we had late, you know, in the last half hour should have been enough, and one goal brings you right back into it. If we score one, who's to say we can't go in and win the match even? But I'm afraid that we'll go to start scoring them.
You mentioned an edginess amongst the players a few times there. Is there a kind of growing pressure to get a win because we've not had one yet?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there has to be. You know, because this is a team this is a squad of players who should be winning. You know, this is a squad of players who should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first game of the season against St Mirren, and have went backwards since then through losing, sending offs against us, having to chase games by losing silly goals. And the group of players who are in there are good enough to win football matches. We're not, and no matter how many times you make changes here or there, the ones that come in aren't scoring goals either. But we have to keep, you know, one of the things that I always say, we have to work even harder, and it's one break the ball, one crap goal, one deflection, anything that gets us maybe up and running. I thought we might have got it last week. Today, when you go behind, it's always a mountain to climb.
Peter, we have to mention some of the fans were letting their frustrations be known at the end of the game, not just against yourself. It was against yourself, it was against the board, it was against players even. What would you say to those fans?
Listen, I accept it, I understand it. If I'd be sitting in the stands, I'd probably be doing the exact same, because with the group of players that we've got, we should be winning football matches, and me as a manager, I take full responsibility. It's not the board that bring the players in, it's me that bring the players in, and we've got a good enough squad of players, you know. But that's what happens. It's not just Falkirk fans that would give managers a stick for that. There'll be fans all over the country upset with their managers for losing matches today. We haven't won a game yet, so it makes it worse. And you know, if at the end of the day, if the board think they would rather change it, we'll sit down and talk to them. I'll accept it, and it's part and parcel of being a football manager. And one of the things you've got to do as a manager, you've got to accept criticism, which I do. I'd rather criticise me than criticise young players that one or two were doing as well, which disappointed me a bit. But I'd rather take the criticism. If change is needed by and thought so by the board, we'll sit down and talk about it. I don't worry about that side of it, because it's happened to better managers than me.
It's Morton at Capello, I believe, next week. It's another tough game. What can we expect from that one?
Well, at this moment in time, I can't answer that. I need to get the players back. We need to look at the game again. We need to work hard during the course of the week in training. And I need to pick a team who I think the strikers that I pick will score goals. I need to pick a team that the defence that we play, that plays, won't concede goals. And at this moment in time, 6 o'clock on a Saturday night, it's too difficult for me, because I need to see how they are during the course of the week.
Peter, as always, thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.